Why do you think the bats were so quiet?
Well, I mean, you give them credit. I actually thought we put some good swings on balls early with runners out there. Ball Gary hit with 2 runners on the first inning, close to clipping that one. Gardy lines out in the next inning with runners on. So I thought we had some decent at-bats with runners out there. We just couldn't really break through tonight. And, otherwise held them at bay enough to usually get a W for us.
Aaron Judge called out on strikes twice, first 2 at-bats of the game. Both those pitches appeared to be outside of the zone. Are you sensing more frustration from him when that's happening, since it does happen so often?
Look, nobody likes when you get rung up. So, but I feel like Judge is so good at. He's really good at dealing with it and throw at him. So I don't think it's hard for him to deal with it. I think you're frustrated in the moment, especially for Judgy, who controls the strike zone as well as he does, and knows the strike zone as well as he does. So, I'm sure there's some frustration, but I don't worry about it carrying over or affecting anything he does moving forward in the game.
What did you think of the catch Stanton made out in there?
Really good. I looked up and I thought he, right away, my eyes went to him, and I thought his jump and route were really efficient, which they needed to be to get there and make that catch. And then just a great play to climb the wall there. And, even though it's sac fly to, keep if that ball ricochets off, maybe that inning gets away from us a little bit. But so that was a really, really special play.
How do you view that inning as a whole? It looked like a couple of weird plays there, really kind of put you guys in the hole.
Yeah, I thought CC pitched pretty well. They just kind of finding holes on him, and then that inning, the ball ricochets off his glove, the spinning ball to third base, so, that's part of it, though, and you got to move on from it. I thought CC did a good job of, pitching, despite them finding some holes and creating some traffic, and to be able to scatter the kind of hits he did and still only allow the 2 runs, you can't ask for much more than that. Usually that's enough for our offense.
The one that got by Andujar, is that just a matter of not playing on this turf, not knowing this turf and the way it bounces?
It may be a little bit of that. It's a play with Ramos running that you want to make sure your legs are under you so you are prepared for it. That ball's, you should know that ball's going to probably have some kind of a spin on it, but that is one of the things of coming and playing here, just a couple of turf fields that we play on that can be a little tricky, and obviously something that isn't typical.
Did you know that they have a sense that they were going to bring Yarbrough in as
Yeah.
the second guy?
Yeah.
Is that something that Cash, does he tell you that, or is it just you putting 2 and 2 together?
Right. Sometimes we know. Sometimes it's educated guess. Like we figured it was Yarbrough tonight. I mean, you never know because they don't have to determine that. But yeah, we were planning on it being Yarbrough.
Talk about CC, because the veteran out there knowing how to pitch, is that what's keeping him in games these days?
Well,
keeping him effective.
That's part of it. I mean, he's still really good too. He's got the assortment of pitches that allow him to be good, but having an idea and knowing what he's doing and having a game plan and being able to execute a game plan are all part of what allows him to still be a really good pitcher in this league.
Judge's second strikeout, he puts his head down and talks to the umpire a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like that, and do you want to see him do more of that? Last year he didn't.
Right.
Or didn't seem to.
I want him to handle it how he feels good about handling it, and he handles it like a pro. There's a lot of different ways to handle your business, moving in and out of the box, and some guys get a little more animated. Some guys you can tell. Usually with Aaron you can't. Usually the bench is helping him too. No, I don't want him to be a certain way. I want him to be himself and be a pro, and being a pro can look a lot of different ways.